Why was a mushroom the life of the party? Because everyone thought he was a fun guy. Come on, that's a really funny joke. What up, guys? Welcome back to the FitMenCook kitchen. So today, we're gonna be using the Himalayan sea salt block to make some really tasty beef and veggie kebabs. If you're vegan, you can swap in extra firm tofu for the beef, or even if you're a seafood lover, you can swap in some scallops, some giant bay scallops, or some giant shrimp. So here is an interesting random fact about me. I am probably a self-confessed gadget hoarder. So you know when you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing stuff and you're like, who buys this stuff? Me. I'm that guy. A couple weeks ago, I saw somebody cooking on this Himalayan salt block. Imagine your table Himalayan sea salt, this crushed up one right here, but imagine just a big slab of salt. I ordered one and I love it. I posted it this past week on my Instagram story and got a lot of questions about it, so I wanted to break it down for y'all today to show you some of the benefits of using a Himalayan salt block and also just show you just how cool it is. One of the first questions that I had about it was, is it gonna make my food actually really salty? And it doesn't at all. It actually flavors the food just right because you get the salt into your food little by little, not all at once. The other benefit of using this block to cook on is that you can add some minerals to your diet. You can balance the pH levels in your body, and it's antibacterial too because of all the salt, so you don't have to worry about fungi and, is it fungi? It's fungi, right? Fungi. So the first thing we're going to do is make a really quick chimichurri sauce. You've seen this before. You may have had this before. I'm going to take some parsley, then we're going to take some cilantro, pack this in there. We're going to add in some flavor by tossing in dried oregano, toss in some garlic cloves. This is about 3. Pour in some olive oil. If you don't want to use olive oil, you can also use some avocado oil. The avocado will not compete with the flavors. It's actually pretty mild. I just recommend that you not use coconut oil because that's going to have too much of a sweet flavor and it's going to interfere. You're going to add a little bit of heat here by tossing in some red pepper flakes. We're going to work those forearms by squeezing in some lime. All right, now let it be known that vinegar is up there on Kevin's least favorite foods, but I'm gonna add some here because it does help. I'm gonna toss in a little bit of apple cider vinegar. If you don't wanna use this, you can also use some white vinegar. Since we're gonna be cooking on the Himalayan salt block, we don't need to add in too much salt here because we're gonna have the salt from the protein from the kebabs, but we're just a little bit. Pop the top and blend. And if you need to, only if desired, especially if you are on one of those keto diets, you can add in a little bit more oil here. It's not required though. And if your chimichurri needs a little bit more liquid, all you have to do, guys, is toss in a little bit of water, or you can toss in some more lime. And it smells delicious, but I also smell that vinegar. I'm taking one for the team today. A quick taste test. Add in what you think it needs. I think it's perfect as is. So here is our special ingredient, guys, that I was talking about. We're gonna add in some beautiful, ripe, fleshy avocado. Ooh! And then we're just gonna dice this and slice that in half and add that to our sauce. Woo! You can't tell me this is not beautiful. And then now we're gonna just fold everything together just like this. And we're gonna set this aside in the fridge. We're ready to eat it. Okay, so now here is the fun part. We're just gonna put together our kebab. So I'm gonna keep it really simple. I got some sirloin here, some top sirloin, some asparagus, and then some bell pepper. First off, you wanna use the thick type of asparagus whenever you're putting together some kebabs, but it can be kind of crunchy and a little bit too crunchy if you just put it onto the grill. So what I like to do is I like just to do a quick steaming of these vegetables. These are called stasher bags. Pop it in here. I'm gonna microwave this for about a minute. See, this is perfect. This was in the microwave for just 1 minute. Now we're just going to assemble them. Make this somewhat colorful. Let's do some bell pepper, asparagus, our beef, and then repeat. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna take this out of the oven and bring it over here so we can cook the kebabs on top of the salt block. You can also do this on your grill. The only thing about the salt block is that you have to heat it up gradually. So in increments of every 15 minutes, you can raise it a couple of degrees. You don't want to do it all at once because then it could crack your block. So this has been heating up now for about 1 hour, so this should be really nice and hot. Here we go. And one thing that you'll notice too is that your salt block changes color just a little bit. It's not as pink. Right now it's a much more of an orange color. That's because of some of the oil that I added to the top of it. Let's get right into cooking. So this is a non-stick surface already, but it helps out whenever you add the oil, and it also prevents any cracking. So we're gonna add some avocado oil. You wanna use high heat oil. This brush has a little bit of water on it, so that's why it's reacting to it. So don't be like me, just make sure that your brush is dry without any water, and then just push this over. Now, let's add in our beautiful kebabs. Look at this. I like to put something on top of it to help to really mash it down. It's not gonna get overly salty, but just to make sure that a nice sear gets on there. You see it's trying to change color right there. And voila. Love it. Man, this looks good. Look at this. This is a really nice tool to cook on, but it's even better to actually serve your food off this. So imagine just putting this down in the middle of your dining room table, the food's still sizzling. People are like, dang, man, Kevin's so cultured, bro. Look at Himalayan salt blocks. What are you using? Dixie paper plates. Last thing we're adding is our avocado chimichurri. Everything just looks perfect right now. This is a great way to jazz up your summer barbecue or your summer party. Even heading into the fall, think about ways that you can do this. Think about making some of your favorite treats, like a chocolate chip cookie, and making these on top of it. Of course, they gotta be calorie conscious, guys, but baking some chocolate chip cookies on top of your Himalayan salt block, oh my gosh. I gotta taste this. Here we go. I think you want to try this. This is perfect amount of salt right there, perfect amount. You don't need anything to this. And the acidity in the chimichurri actually complements this dish very well. The avocado balances it out, so it's not as overpowering for me. You get a ton of flavor. You got crisp, tender vegetables as well. In all, this is a win. Go ahead and get this, guys. I'm gonna actually add a link below so you can go and research about purchasing one for your household. This one here was about $50 because it came with this little case, which I highly recommend. You can pop these things onto the grill. You can store these inside the freezer, and you can serve your poke off of these as well. So there are tons of uses for this, and I just think it's not a necessity, but it's always good to keep your diet interesting, and you can keep it interesting whenever you are adding in these different elements to your kitchen repertoire. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video and this walkthrough, then I want you to smash that like button, and then I want you to also comment below your favorite kebab combination. It can be a vegan kebab, it could be a seafood, it could be a surf and turf, but just give us some fresh ideas so that way we can all keep our diet fresh and interesting and calorie conscious. All right, guys, until next time, I want to thank y'all for watching. Keep it healthy, but what? That's right, never ever boring. Boom! Bye, guys.